12th Biozoology. Chapter 5 Molecular Genetics. Human Genome Project. What is human genome? Human genome is nothing but the DNA found inside the chromosomes. Human Genome Project is a project. It involves the sequencing of the human genome, sequencing of human DNA. What is sequencing? That is finding out of the nucleotides adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. What is genome and gene? The total DNA of an organism is genome. A genome is an organism's complete set of DNA, including all of its genes. Genome includes gene part and non-gene part. Each genome contains all of the information needed to build and maintain the organism. The genome contains information to build an organism and maintain the organism, functioning of an organism. Total DNA found inside all the chromosomes is genome. A part of the genome is a gene. A gene produces a protein. What is done in the Human Genome Project? The information regarding arrangement of nitrogen bases is sequenced. Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine information was sequenced in Human Genome Project. The sequence information was stored. Human Genome Project was an international scientific research project. How do we say Human Genome Project HGB was an international scientific research project? Scientists from 20 institutions in 6 countries involved in Human Genome Project. Scientists from France, Germany, Japan, China, the UK and USA involved in this project. We know Watson and Crick. James Watson also involved in this project. The US side of the Human Genome Project was initially led by James Watson. Watson was one of the persons who discovered the structure of DNA. It's an international project. Again, it's a mega project. It took a long time and it involves the sequencing of 3 billion nitrogen bases and huge money was spent, so it is a mega project. It took 13 years to complete. Start date 1990, completed April 2003, period 1990 to 2003. The human genome is about 25 times larger than the genome of any organism sequenced to date and is the first vertebrate genome to be completed. Human genome is said to have approximately 3 into 10 power 9 base pairs. It is about the sequencing of 3 into 10 power 9 base pairs. This genome is 25 times larger than the genome of any organism sequenced, and it took 13 years to complete. So it was a mega project. The mega project, 13-year long project, must have some goals. Identify all the genes, approximately 30,000 in human DNA. 30,000, this is approximate number, 30,000 genes in human DNA have to be identified. That was the first goal. Determine the sequence of the 3 billion chemical base pairs that make up the human DNA. Human DNA is made up of 3 billion chemical bases. The arrangement of the chemical bases, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, this arrangement has to be determined. The arrangement is called a sequence. Sequence of 3 billion chemical bases of DNA has to be determined. This is second goal. To store this information in databases. The information is very huge information. It cannot be typed and printed in books. So the information is stored in databases. If we try to store this information in books, how many pages will cover? 1 million pages or 500 books. But some people, what did they do? They downloaded the information from the database and made books 15, 15, 15. The 3 books for 15 chromosome alone, then 14 chromosome X, Y. And this group of people made an attempt for genome printout. The genome printout consists of 130 volume books with each page printed on both sides in 4-point font. 4-point font, very small letters, with precisely 43,000 characters per page. 43,000 characters per page. Difficult to read. So this much of information they downloaded from the database. So the informations are first stored in database. This is one database. This is another database, NCBI. Instead of printing in books, the information is stored in database. Anyway, the searching of the information, analyzing the information is a difficult task. So development of search tool, analytical tools is very important one. That is also a goal of this project. Improve tools for data analysis. Let us see about the tools available for data analysis. Researchers at the National Human Genome Research Institute have developed a number of software and analysis tools to help researchers around the world analyze and explore their genomic data. These tools are free and openly accessible to anyone. National Human Genome Research Institute has developed number of software. The softwares can be used by researchers all around the world to analyze and explore their genomic data. These tools are free and openly accessible to anyone. This is a tool, BLAST, Basic Logical Alignment Search Tool. Likewise, many tools have developed by researchers. These tools are freely available. With the help of the tools, the stored information in database can be easily searched out and analyzed for further research. Transfer of related technologies to other sectors such as industries, healthcare, etc. This is also a goal. The collected data after sequencing is transferred to industries and healthcare. In industries, the information is used in drug designing. In healthcare, diagnosis of the diseases and gene therapy, this information is used. Address the ethical, legal, social issues that may arise from the project. Many issues may arise from the project. All the issues have to be addressed. That is also one of the goals. Fairness in the use of genetic information. The genetic information may not be used with fairness. There might be a problem. Clinical issues, psychological impact of discrimination. The DNA sequencing may lead to discrimination among the people. Health and environmental issues, patent issues, all the issues have to be addressed. That is also one of the goals of this project. Now we come to the important part, that is actual process. There were 2 methods in the Human Genome Project. The first method is ESTS, Expressed Sequence Tags. The DNA, a part of the DNA is expressed as mRNA and proteins. That is gene part. The gene part that is transcribed into mRNA and translated into protein alone is sequenced. Total DNA is not sequenced. In another method called as sequence annotation, in this method the entire DNA, total DNA is sequenced. The sequenced information will contain gene part and non-gene part, all the parts. After sequencing, the regions are assigned, which is gene, which is not gene, that is annotation. In this approach, ESTS focused on identifying all the genes expressed as RNA. Expressed sequence tags has coding sequence only, that is exons only. The part of the DNA which functions as gene alone is sequenced. So partial sequence. This one is total sequence. It involves sequencing the whole genome, coding and non-coding region, and later assigning functions to the different regions. That is called the annotation. After sequencing, functions are assigned to the different regions. The regions are assigned for the gene, non-gene. That is called annotation. Exons are there, introns are there. Exons, introns. When exon, introns, the total DNA sequenced, that is sequence annotation. Expressed sequence tags, what is done? After the removal of introns, a functional mRNA is produced. That is the actual gene part. That small part is alone sequenced, partial sequence. That is expressed sequence tags. In expressed sequence tags method, mRNA is obtained from tissues. Then mRNA is converted into cDNA, complementary DNA, by reverse transcriptase enzyme. Reverse transcriptase enzyme converts mRNA into DNA. This DNA is complementary to mRNA, so called cDNA. This cDNA is sequenced, so partial sequencing. mRNA, cDNA, then sequencing of this cDNA. This method is followed in the diagnosis of or testing of samples to find out the COVID-19 individuals, positive and negative individuals. This method is followed. Now let us see the second method, DNA sequencing the total DNA, called a sequence annotation. For sequencing the total DNA from a cell is isolated and converted into random fragments of relatively smaller sizes. For sequencing the total DNA from a cell is isolated. DNA from hair is isolated, blood can be isolated, and the long DNA is converted into random fragments of smaller sizes. This is DNA, full DNA of a cell. It is cut into random fragments, some of different small sizes. Why the DNA is cut into small sizes? The entire DNA contains 3 billion bases. That much cannot be sequenced at a time, and again it will take more time, and the cost of the sequence will be more. So the DNA is cut into small pieces. Small pieces can be easily sequenced. Again, one problem, the pieces are very small, so difficult to identify. So the number of each piece is increased. Number of each small piece is increased. What is the first step? Cutting the total DNA into small pieces. Second one, increasing the number of small pieces. That is called as amplification. The DNA fragments are cloned in suitable host. Cloning means making identical copies. The DNA fragments are cloned in suitable hosts using specialized vectors. This is vector, this is host. This is bacterial host and bacterial vector. This is yeast host and this is yeast vector. The vectors are artificially designed DNAs. The small short human DNA can be attached with the vector. After the attachment of human short DNA to the vector is introduced into the host. When the host is cultured in culture medium, the bacterial cell will divide. At each time when the bacterial cell divides, the introduced human DNA also divides. So multiple copies of a small DNA fragment can be obtained. This is BAC, bacterial artificial chromosome vector. YAC, yeast artificial chromosome vector. They are artificially modified chromosomes. What are the two commonly used hosts? Bacteria and yeast are two commonly used hosts. What are the two kinds of vectors? The vectors are called as BAC, bacterial artificial chromosomes, and YAC, yeast artificial chromosomes. This is BAC, bacterial artificial chromosome. It has place for the attachment of a small human DNA. This is attached DNA into the artificial chromosome. Then this is introduced into the bacterial cell. The bacterial cell is cultured. The bacterial cell starts dividing. Along with the bacterial DNA, human DNA also gets multiple copy. The bacterial cells divide and more bacterial cells are formed. Inside every bacterial cell there will be a human DNA, short DNA. In this way, this is one short DNA. Every time when the bacterial cell multiplies, the DNA number doubles. Every time when the bacterial cell multiplies. This is small DNA, difficult to identify. When the DNA number is increased, gene amplification, the small DNA can be easily identified. Every small DNA, the total DNA is cut into small pieces. Every small DNA is amplified. Number is increased by cloning with suitable host. Now the pieces are easily identified and can be sequenced. Sequence is done by some methods. The fragments are sequenced using automated DNA sequences developed by Frederick Sanger. The nucleotides glow in different colors. This is cytosine, this is adenine, this is thymine, this is guanine. The nucleotides glow in different colors. With the help of the colors of particular nucleotide, the sequence is made. By seeing the color exhibited by the particular nucleotide, the arrangement of the nucleotide is made. Sequencing is done. What we have sequenced is for a small DNA. Many small DNAs are sequenced, but what we need is DNA sequence of human genome. What is human genome? Total DNA. So what should be done? The sequenced information of each small DNA has to be joined together. Now let us see how the informations are joined together after sequencing. The sequences are then arranged based on few overlapping regions using specialized computer-based programs. This is one sequence, this is another sequence, or another sequence, this is another sequence. Already we cut the DNA into small pieces. Each piece is sequenced separately, but the pieces have overlapping regions. ATG overlapping, GA overlapping. Based on the overlapping regions, with the help of specialized computers, the short sequences are joined together to get information about the total genome. After ATG, this A will be attached. After this GA, this A will be attached. Now see, after ATG, ATTTA. After this GA, ATGC. In this way, the small sequenced information is joined together by using specialized computers. Here what information is used? Information on overlapping region is used to get sequenced information for total DNA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fragments are there. Here overlapping regions are there. After arranging the small DNA sequences, the total DNA sequence is obtained. Okay, then what will be done by the sequence information? The sequenced information is useful in many ways. The sequences are arranged based on overlapping regions. Already we discussed. Based on the computers it is done. Here fragments are there. Here arranged, full DNA is arranged. Then annotation is done. The sequences were subsequently annotated. It is a sequence for gene region, non-gene region, coding, non-coding. So annotations are made to assign the region for chromosome. DNA annotation or genome annotation is the process of identifying the location of genes and all of the coding regions in a genome and determining what these genes do. Genes locations are identified in coding regions, and what do the genes do? The functions of genes are identified. There is annotation. The location and functions of genes are identified. There is annotation. Which part is gene, which part is not gene. That is done after finishing the sequence. And this is an example for annotation. Here it is printed unknown. The sequence functions of this sequence is unknown. Here unknown. Here S is given. RBS. Again unknown. Thrombin recognition and cleavage unknown. So different regions are labeled. This is called as annotation. Then based on the sequence information, genetic map and physical map can be constructed. Already we discussed about genome sequencing. The genome sequencing information is useful to construct genetic map. This is genetic map. Genetic map shows the position of genes. Genetic map shows the position of genes and distance between the genes. A complete genome sequence is a physical map. This is physical map. It shows complete genome sequence. G, A, T, C, T, G. The genome sequence is shown by physical map. This map also shows the position of the gene. We can easily understand the difference between genetic map and physical map. How do the researchers make genetic map and physical map based on DNA sequence? Let us see. The genetic and physical maps on the genome are assigned using information on the first information, polymorphism of restriction endonuclease recognition sites. Second, repetitive DNA sequences called microsatellites. Repetitive DNA sequences called microsatellites. Polymorphism or restriction endonuclease recognition sites. These two details are used by the researchers to construct genetic and physical maps. Now let us discuss about the two things. Polymorphism involves one of two or more variants of a particular DNA sequence. Here DNA sequence is given. This is a DNA sequence of another person. This is another person. Here one nucleotide gets changed. This is called a polymorphism. Polymorphism of one nucleotide. This information is useful in constructing genetic map or physical map. Restriction enzymes act as molecular scissors. They cut the DNA at particular place. For an example, ECOR1 is an restriction enzyme. It cuts here. By seeing the location of places cut by the restriction enzymes, the genetic map or physical map is constructed. Another information, microsatellites, information about microsatellites. DNA has repetitive sequence, GATA here repeats. The repetitive sequence are found abundantly in non-coding part of the genome called as microsatellites. This repetitive sequence informations are also useful in constructing genetic map or physical map. Latest method of sequencing even longer fragment is by a method called shotgun sequencing. We discussed about sequencing the DNA by making small pieces. But shotgun sequencing is a method. It is by using supercomputers which replaces traditional sequencing. Shotgun sequencing replaces traditional sequencing. Here what is possible? Longer pieces can be sequenced. Now we come to the end of today's discussion. Salient features of Human Genome Project. The human genome contains 3 billion nucleotide bases. Number of bases in human genome is 3 billion nucleotides. An average genome consists of 3000 bases. An average gene an average gene contains, if we get information about all the genes and get the average gene contains 3000 bases. The largest known human gene being dystrophin with 2.4 million bases. Largest gene in human being is dystrophin. It has 2.4 million bases. Dystrophin is a protein. It connects cell membrane of muscle fiber to the extracellular substances. Dystrophin protein helps to join the muscle fiber cell membrane with extracellular substances. The gene producing dystrophin protein is the largest known gene with 2.4 million bases. Dystrophin is a rod-shaped protein. What does it do? Muscle fibers are connected to the extracellular matrix through cell membrane. This is dystrophin protein. This dystrophin protein connects muscle cell membrane to the extracellular substances. Here connections are shown. This dystrophin protein is produced by the gene that is the largest known human gene with 2.4 million bases. Genes are distributed over 24 chromosomes. Chromosome 19 has highest gene density. Highest gene density is in chromosome 19. Chromosome 13 and Y have lowest gene density. 13 and Y chromosomes have lowest gene density. Chromosome 19 has highest gene density. The chromosomal organization of human genes shows diversity. There may be 35,000 to 40,000 genes in human genome, and almost 99.9 nucleotide bases are exactly the same in all people. This is interesting information. 99.9 nucleotide bases are exactly the same in all people. If we compare the DNA sequence of one human with another human, 99.9% nucleotide bases are similar. And if you make a comparison between human DNA sequence with chimpanzee, 96.1 is similar. And how much is the difference? 1% is the difference. The 1% difference has highly significant effect on personality. 99.9 is similar. The 1% dissimilarity has highly significant effect on personality. The personality of one is different from another. The behavior of one person is different from another. Intelligence difference, disease, susceptibility, and other traits of people are due to the 1% of the different regions. How the 1% difference takes place? Because of mutation. What is mutation? Change the nucleotide arrangement. Here A is replaced by C. Because of this mutation, 1% variation occurs. Functions of over 50% of discovered genes are unknown. Less than 2% of genome codes for proteins. So 98% of genome are non-coding regions. They may be introns or giving signaling part for controlling gene expression. The repeated sequences are called as, the repeated sequences are also important, but there is no direct coding function of the repeated sequences. The repeated sequences are helpful in understanding chromosome structure. Chromosome structure can be understood by seeing the repeated sequences, and chromosome dynamics and evolution of evolution of the species can be understood by the repeated sequences. How to identify chromosome structure by using repeated sequence? End of the chromosome is telomere. This is telomere, this is telomere, and this is centromere, middle of the chromosome. The centromere and telomere parts have repeated sequences. So by analyzing the repeated sequences, we can understand the structure of chromosomes. Chromosome 1 has 2968 genes. Chromosome Y has 2231 genes. Chromosome 1 has 2968 genes. Y has 231 genes. And this is called as single nucleotide. Example for single nucleotide polymorphism, already we discussed. Even sickle cell anemia is due to single nucleotide polymorphism. Scientists have identified about 1.4 million locations where single DNA based differences occur in human. Single base differences in human occur in 1.4 million locations called as single nucleotide polymorphism or SNPs. Why do we discuss about SNPs here? Identification of SNPs is helpful in finding chromosome locations for disease associated sequences. This single nucleotide polymorphism changes normal RBC into sickle shaped. So disease associated sequences can be identified on chromosomes with the help of SNPs.